Hi all, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's current affairs session on EduTap. And my dear learners, I hope that all of you are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exams. And when we talk about exams, then current affairs plays a really very important part, and that is the reason that I am back with a very interesting session in which we will be discussing the 10 most important MCQs of October 2021. So my dear learners, in this particular session, we will be discussing the 10 most important MCQs from the month of October 2021. So before starting the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So my dear learners, now let's move on to the session. Let's get started. So here is the very first question before all of you, and my dear learners, all of you are requested to answer this question in the comment section below. In this particular question, this question is related to a program which was recently being organized in 6 lakh villages of the 744 districts, and to answer this particular question you are required to quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me that which one of the following statements are correct as per this particular program. Okay, so if you talk about the question, it says that recently the Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports has participated in a cleanliness drive on the launch of a nationwide Clean India program. Okay, so this question is about a Clean India program which was organized in 6 lakh villages of the 744 districts across the country through the network of NYKS. And my dear learners, here you are required to tell me that which one of the following is the incorrect statement regarding the Clean India program. So in order to answer this particular question, you must have the knowledge about this Clean India program, that what exactly it is and under which kind of ministry this particular program will be organized, and what exactly are the different features of this particular program. And if you know about this, then you will be able to answer this question successfully. So my dear learners, here if we talk about the very first statement, the first statement says that the Department of Youth Affairs of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports is organizing the nationwide program. See, we always tell you that whenever these kinds of programs or schemes or initiatives are being launched, then you are required to remember that which entity is organizing or hosting or is the nodal agency of this particular program, scheme or initiative. And that is the very first basic thing that you are required to cover from that particular part. Okay, and now when we talk about the second statement, the second statement says that this program was launched from Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. So once again, a very important information. And my dear learners, if we talk about the third statement, it says that under this program 75 lakh kg waste, mainly plastic waste, will be collected and disposed with the support and voluntary participation of the citizen. Okay, so now all of you are requested to tell me to analyze these particular statements and then tell me that which one of the following statements are incorrect statement as per this nationwide program, that is Clean India program. So my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer is option E, that is none of the above. And from these three statements, you can easily revise this particular topic of the Clean India program, which was being recently launched. So my dear learners, if you talk about the key takeaways, the key takeaways are, first of all, the Department of Youth Affairs of the Ministry, which is organizing this program. Second one, this program was launched from Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh. Once again, a very important information. And the third statement is that under this program 75 lakh kg waste, mainly plastic waste, will be collected. And why there is a target of this 75 lakh kg waste? See, we are organizing this Clean India program as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and that is the reason that the target here has been fixed at 75 lakh kg waste, mainly plastic waste, that will be collected and disposed with the support and voluntary participation of the citizens. So my dear learners, I hope that this particular question is very much clear to all of you. Now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is, recently the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs Empowered Air India Specific Alternative Mechanism has approved the price bid of dash for dash as enterprise value of the debt laden national carrier Air India. See, recently the disinvestment of Air India was being carried out, and my dear learners, this particular part is really very important from the exam point of view. And here you are required to tell me the name of the winning bidder as well as the price the valuation of the enterprise value of this Air India? So my dear learners, once again a very important question, and this was really in the news for last few years. And now if we talk about the options are Singapore Airlines, Vedanta Resources Limited, Bharat Petroleum Corp Limited, then Thales Private Limited, and SpiceJet. And my dear learners, the right answer to this particular question is Thales Private Limited, and the enterprise value for this debt-laden Air India national carrier, it is rupees 18,000 crore. So I hope that this is very much clear. And my dear learners, I want to add here that this Thales Private Limited is the subsidiary of Tata. Okay, so once again it has gone back to Tata. And my dear learners, once again this is very important question which you are required to remember the details of this particular part. Okay, the name of the entity, the enterprise value, which is really very important. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. And the next question is about the National Apprenticeship Mela, which was being organized recently across the country. And here, before answering the question, you are required to carefully read out the question. And what exactly is the question? That which one of the following is the correct statement? Okay, so it is asking the correct statement. In the first question it was incorrect statement. Now you are required to identify the correct statement, and then you are required to tell me that which one of the following are the correct statement regarding the National Apprenticeship Mela. Okay, so if we move on to the very first statement, it says that Skill India, with the support from the Directorate General of Training and NSDC, will be organizing the Mela. See, once again, as I have already told you, that whenever such kind of initiative, programs, schemes are being launched, you are required to remember the very most important, the basic thing, that is the organizer, the nodal agency, which is running, which is implementing or executing that particular initiative. That is really very much important to be covered. Okay, the next thing about is the aim, that what exactly is the aim, objective of that particular scheme, program, or initiative. And if we talk about the aim of the National Apprenticeship Mela, then the second statement says that it is to support the hiring of nearly 1 lakh apprentices and assist employers in tapping the right talent and develop it further with the training and providing practical skill sets. And if we talk about the third statement, it says that 5th to 12th pass students, skill training certificate holders, basically these are those people who will be eligible to participate in the National Apprenticeship Mela. And now, my dear learners, please tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. Is it option A, B, C, D, and E? Please put your answers in the comment section below. And my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer is option D, that is all of the above. That means that all these statements given above about the National Apprenticeship Mela are correct. And my dear learners, once again a very important thing, the organizing part, that is the Skill India, with the support of DGT, will be organizing this particular Mela across the country. Okay, and what exactly is the aim? The aim of launching this particular National Apprenticeship Mela is to support the hiring of nearly 1 lakh apprentices. And apart from that, if we talk about the eligibility criteria in order to participate in this particular Mela, then my dear learners, here it was 5th to 12th pass students, the skill training certificate holders, the ITA students, as well as the diploma holders. So I hope that this particular question is also very much clear. And now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is, you are required to tell me that which one of the following statements is or are correct, is or are incorrect statement regarding the heli-borne survey for the groundwater management in the arid regions, which were inaugurated recently. See, recently a heli-borne survey for the groundwater management in arid regions was being launched in order to map all the resources for the India, so that the government of India can very effectively manage those water resources. And that is the reason that this heli-borne survey for the groundwater management has been launched. And now you are required to identify the incorrect statement as per the demand of the question, and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. Here we have provided 3 statements, and you are required to quickly go through them and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer to this question. So the first statement is that this survey was being inaugurated from the Jodhpur, Rajasthan. See, whenever you are covering these kinds of surveys or the programs, then you are also required to remember that from which place that this particular program or initiative was being launched, because in the exam this particular part, this particular dimension is also very important from the exam point of view. And if we talk about the second statement, it says that this survey under the aquifer mapping program will be conducted in the parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab and Himachal Pradesh, which will be covering 3.88 lakh square kilometer. Okay, so here it is providing the information that in which states this particular survey will be conducted. And my dear learners, if we talk about the third statement, it is saying that the Central Groundwater Board, the Ministry of Jal Shakti and CSIR NJRI have signed an agreement for the use of advanced heliborne geophysical survey and other scientific studies. See, as a part of this heliborne survey for the groundwater management, an agreement was being signed between the Central Groundwater Board as well as CSIR NJRI, and what they are going to do, they are going to use advanced heliborne geophysical surveys. So when we talk about the right answer to this question, then my dear learners, the right answer to this question is option E, that is none of the above. That means all these given statements about the heliborne survey for the groundwater management in arid regions are correct, and with the help of this particular survey, Government of India is aiming to map down all the groundwater resources in our country so that they can effectively manage them. And that is the reason, that is how they are going to move towards a sustainable development as well. Okay, so my dear learners, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, and now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about a very important scheme that was being recently launched, and that is PM Mitra scheme. Okay, and my dear learners, once again you are required to identify the incorrect statements from the statements given below about the PM Mitra scheme, and then tell me that which one of the following statements are incorrect regarding the PM Mitra parks. Okay, so these PM Mitra parks will be established under the PM Mitra scheme, and there will be 7 parks which will be established under this particular scheme. So my dear learners, kindly quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me that what exactly is the right answer to this question. If we talk about the very first statement, it is saying about the budgetary allocation. See, once again a very important thing. Whenever such kind of schemes are being launched, you are required to remember that what exactly the allocation that government has allocated for the implementation of that particular scheme, and this dimension is once again really very important from the exam point of view to be covered. And in the past year exam as well, we have seen such kind of questions on the budgetary allocation, and that is the reason that you are required to cover these kind of dimensions from these particular schemes. So if we talk about the very first statement, it was talking about the total outlay for this particular scheme, that is 4445 crore in a period of 5 years, and these parks will be developed by a special purpose vehicle. Okay, and this special purpose vehicle will be owned by the state governments as well as the Government of India in the public private partnership mode. Okay, now under this particular scheme, it will be set upping greenfield and brownfield sites located in different willing states. Okay, so in these willing states, these greenfield and brownfield sites will be established, and maximum development capital support to these greenfield PM Mitra will be rupees 500 crore, and a maximum of rupees 200 crore will be provided to the brownfield PM Mitra, and this will be provided for the development of the common infrastructure. See, once again a very important feature of the scheme, that under this particular scheme, in the willing states, they will be establishing the greenfield as well as brownfield sites. And my dear learners, for the greenfield, what exactly is the maximum development capital, and for the brownfield as well, that what exactly is this particular capital, and this capital will be used for the development of the common infrastructure under this PM Mitra scheme. And if we talk about the third statement, the third statement says that it will be developing 50% area for the pure manufacturing activity. See, under this PM Mitra scheme, they have described a composition, and a composition will be used in order to provide various facilities under that particular park, and that is the reason that they have decided that 50% area for the pure manufacturing activity will be there, 20% area will be for the utilities, and the 10% area for the commercial development. So I hope that this is very much clear. And my dear learners, if we talk about the right answer, the right answer is none of the above. That means all these statements given above about the PM Mitra scheme is correct, and that is the reason that the right answer to this question is option E, that is none of the above. So I hope that this particular thing is very much clear. And once again, my dear learners, I am marking the star here as this particular topic is really very important, and these kind of statement based questions are really in the trend, and that is the reason that you are required to cover these kind of questions in order to answer the question successfully in the exam. And that is why practicing such kind of questions is really very important, and we are providing you these particular questions from the same line of thought which is being asked in the examination. So I hope that this particular point is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about, once again, a very important topic from the month of October 2021, and that is EPLI bond. Okay, so here once again you are required to tell me that which statement is correct regarding the recently launched EPLI bond. See, this EPLI bond was being launched recently, and here if we talk about the statement 1, it says that the Department of Post, Ministry of Communication, has launched this particular digital version of the postal life insurance policy, which is also termed as EPLI bond. See, once again, a very important thing that you are required to observe here, that whenever you are covering such kind of initiatives, kindly cover the very first basic thing, that which has organized or which has launched, or what exactly is the nodal agency for that particular initiative. And that is the reason that in the very first statement you can find such kind of information. Okay, and now if we talk about the second statement, it says that it is made available in collaboration with the DG Locker, National E-Governance Division, Ministry of Electronics, Government of India. Okay, and the third statement, it says that by securely logging into the DigiLocker, the user can get the physical copy of the policy bond on their doorstep. So my dear learners, when we talk about the right answer is option B, that is both statement 1 and 2 are correct. And my dear learners, what exactly is the wrong component about this third statement? See, as the EPLI bond has been launched by the Department of Post, that E here describes that it will be a digital service. Okay, but the third statement says that the user can get the physical copy of the policy bond on their doorstep. But as per this EPLI bond which was being recently launched, the user will get the digital copy of the policy bond on their doorstep. Sorry, the user can get the digital copy of this policy bond, and there will not be any kind of requirement of that physical copy. And that is the reason that the third statement is incorrect about this EPLI bond, and the right answer to this question is option B, that is both statement 1 and 2 are correct. So I hope that this particular thing is very much clear to all of you. See, in this particular session we have tried our best to bring out the most important topics that you are required to cover from the exam point of view. And now let us move on to the next question from our today's session, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the Indian Space Association. Once again, a very important development in the space industry from the India point of view. And here you are required to tell me that which one of the following are the correct statement regarding the Indian Space Association, which was launched recently. And my dear learners, in order to answer the question, you are required to first of all quickly carefully read out the question, that what exactly is the demand of the question, and then you are required to move on to the statements and identify the correct statement which has been demanded as per the Indian Space Association, which was being launched recently. So quickly answer the questions in the comment section below. And if we talk about the question here, you can see here that this particular Indian Space Association has been launched to contribute towards the accelerated development of India's space industry and making the country a leading player in this segment. Okay, the second statement says about the founding members, that which were the founding members of this Indian Space Association. And my dear learners, if we talk about the third statement is about the appointment regarding the Indian Space Association. Like here it has been given that Jayant Patil has been appointed as the first Director General of the ISPA, while Bharti Airtel's Chief Regulatory Officer Rahul Vats will be serving as the Vice Chairman. So my dear learners, please tell me your answer in the comment section below, that which statement is correct statement regarding the Indian Space Association. So here if we talk about the right answer, then the right answer is option B, that is both statement 1 and 2 are correct, and the third statement is incorrect. Now let's find out that what exactly is incorrect in the third statement. But before moving on to that, please remember that what exactly is the aim of launching this Indian Space Association. See, we all know that ISRO is the only organization which is leading the Indian space sector, and in order to encourage and enhance the private sector contribution in the Indian space industry, the government of India has come up with a plan, and that is the reason that this Indian Space Association has been launched. And my dear learners, as its aim says, the very first statement says that it has been launched to contribute towards the accelerated development of India's space industry and making the country the leading player in the segment. And how it will be done? With the public-private partnership. Okay, so my dear learners, if we talk about the wrong part about the third statement, what exactly it was, it says that the Jayant Patil has been appointed as the first Director General of the Indian Space Association. But if we talk about the Indian Space Association, then A.K. Bhatt, Lieutenant General A.K. Bhatt is the person who has been appointed as the first Director General of the Indian Space Association. And my dear learners, when we talk about the Jayant Patil, then he has been appointed as the chairman for this Indian Space Association. So I hope that this particular thing is very much clear to all of you, and Rahul Vats will be serving as the vice chairman, but the most important part is the Director General as well as the chairman, and these two are the very first Director General and first chairman for this Indian Space Association, and that is the reason that it is very probable to be asked in the exam. So I hope that this particular question is very much clear, and now we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. So the next question is about the geospatial energy map of India, and once again a very important initiative. And now my dear learners, you are required to identify the correct statement regarding the geospatial energy map of India. Okay, and if we talk about the first statement, it says that it has been developed by Niti Aayog in collaboration with ISRO. The second statement says that it provides a holistic picture of all the energy resources of the country, which enables the visualization of energy installations. And the third statement says that it will be useful in planning and making investment decisions, and will also aid in disaster management using the available energy assets. Once again, a very important initiative which was being launched in the month of October 2021, that is the geospatial energy map of India. Once again, this particular part has been launched in order to map down all these energy resources for the effective management of these energy resources. And that is the reason that Niti Aayog has collaborated with the ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, for the development of this geospatial energy map of India. And now when we talk about the right answer to this question, the right answer to the question is option D, that is all of the above. So that means all these statements which are being mentioned here about the geospatial energy map of India are correct as per the geospatial energy map of India. And my dear learners, once again the important key takeaways are the entities which has developed this particular map, that is the Niti Aayog and ISRO. And now what exactly is aim, what exactly it will be providing us, it will be providing a holistic picture of all the energy resources of the country, and which enables the visualization of these energy installations. And then what exactly will be the use of this geospatial energy map of India? It will be useful in planning and making the investment decisions, and it is going to aid in disaster management using available energy assets. So I hope that this particular thing is very much clear to all of you. And now my dear learners, we are moving towards the next question, which is here on your screen. And the next question is about that the Central Vigilance Commission will observe the Vigilance Awareness Week from dash to dash. See, these weeks which are being organized and celebrated by the Indian institutions are really very important from the exam point of view. For example, in the past year exams as well, we have seen the question from the Finance Literary Week, which is being organized every year, celebrated every year by the Reserve Bank of India. And that's how that this particular Central Vigilance Commission, which is observing the Vigilance Awareness Week, is also very much important to be covered from the exam point of view. And here in the comment section below, you are required to tell me that what exactly is the duration of this particular week. Here my dear learners, if you talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer to the question is option D, that is 26 October to 1st November. That means this week will be celebrated. The Central Vigilance Commission will be celebrating the Vigilance Awareness Week from the 26th of October to 1st of November 2021. Kindly note down the date. And now in the comment section below, you are required to tell me that what exactly is the theme with which the Central Vigilance Commission is observing the Vigilance Awareness Week. So kindly tell me the theme of this particular week in the comment section below. And my dear learners, now we are moving towards the next question of our today's session, which is here on your screen. And the next question is once again on a very important topic, that is Green Day Ahead Market. Okay, so recently the Union Minister for Power and Renewable Energy has launched the Green Day Ahead Market, and here you are required to once again identify the correct statements regarding this Green Day Ahead Market and then tell me in the comment section below that what exactly is the right answer. So quickly go through these particular statements and then tell me that what exactly is the right answer to this question. And if we talk about the first statement, it says that under the Green Day Ahead Market, any interested party can set up renewable energy capacity and can sell it to the discoms as well as industries. The second statement says that the National Load Dispatch Center will be the nodal agency, will be setting up the latest technologies and communication infrastructure for facilitating the GDAM. And the third statement is that India is the only large electricity market in the world to implement a Green Day Ahead Market exclusively for the renewable energy. So my dear learners, if we talk about the Green Day Ahead Market, it was being launched recently, and under this, the people, any interested party will be able to set up the renewable energy capacity and they can sell it to the discoms as well as industries. And during this particular, in this Green Day Ahead Market, what will facility will be provided to the people here, that there will be a simultaneous, see, first of all, there will be a clearance for the conventional as well as these new and renewable energy resources. And that is the reason that this Green Day Ahead Market is really going to be very impactful in the Indian power market. So I hope that this is very much clear. And my dear learners, now when we talk about the right answer to this question, then the right answer to this question is option D, that is all of the above. That means all these statements given here about the Green Day Ahead Market are correct. And my dear learners, once again, if we talk about the key important takeaways, I have already told you that what exactly, first of all, what exactly is the aim of this particular Green Day Ahead Market, then what exactly is the nodal agency. See, I'm repeatedly telling you that whenever you are covering such kind of initiatives, schemes, programs which are being launched, then you are required to remember the very first basic part that you are required to cover in these schemes, programs and initiatives is the nodal agency, the organizing entity that which is organizing that particular program. Apart from that, what exactly is the nodal agency which will be responsible for the execution and implementation of that particular program, initiative or the scheme. And my dear learners, if we talk about the Green Day Ahead Market, then it is the National Load Dispatch Center which will be acting as the nodal agency, and it will be setting up the latest technologies and communication infrastructure for facilitating the GDAM. So I hope that this particular question is also very much clear to all of you, and what are exactly are the key takeaways are also very much important. And now you are also having a fair idea that on what dimensions you are required to cover from these particular news articles. So my dear learners, I hope that this is very much clear. And now that was the last question from our today's session, and I hope that today's session was useful and fruitful to all of you. And my dear learners, if you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below. And if you are having any queries, then you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 8146207241. So my dear learners, I hope that today's session was useful and fruitful. Now wish you all happy learning.